Welcome back to Life with the Spectrum. I'm your host, Gina Cavalli. And, when Lyric was small, we were busy. We were in speech and language, OT, PT, and then he went off to school, still busy with therapies like ABA and whatnot. And then he started kind of growing out of those therapies and really more into like sports and gaming. But then there's this like whole gray area where Lyric kind of wanted to explore what it was like to do acting. And I found an organization here in Atlanta that caters to 3 different age groups and has something. If you're like me and my husband, you're like, oh, what do? We want to keep them active, like after school and off the devices. And we want something that is fun for them. And I think you're going to find something with Autism Improvised. With me today, the founder and executive director, Sandy Bruce with Autism Improvised. Hi, Sandy. How you doing?
Hi, Gina. Good to see you. I'm so glad you invited me here.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Sandy. Lyric's favorite day of the week is coming to Shenanigans. It really, really is. Now, how long have you been running Autism Improvised?
Well, let's see. It started in 2009. We started modestly with a couple of summer camps, and that seemed to resonate with the autism community, and it took off after that. The class that Lyric is in, we've been going there since that same class since 2009, September of 2009.
Sandy, tell our viewers a little bit about Shenanigans. I mean, this is a wonderful group run by your great team of people at Autism Improvised. Tell me a little bit about what people can expect when they come to Shenanigans.
Well, Shenanigans is an improv program, and what we do is we use improv. We apply improv to specifically address the challenges that our young folks on the spectrum have with communication. We're not a therapy, we're an activity, but it definitely has a therapeutic value. We work on self-confidence, we work on teamsmanship, we work on being able to think on your feet, be in the moment, listen, that's a big one, listening to others, responding in context, a whole lot of benefits that improv itself has, and we kind of take those and tweak them to fit our spectrum kids and adults.
You know, it's funny, Sandy. Lyric wants to go on to drama club now at school because he loves coming to Shenanigans so much. Now, the group caters to what, 9 to 14, 9 to 17 years old?
Well, actually, we work with youth, I guess as young as 10 right now, all the way through adults. We have some who are in the 40s. Yeah, we're the whole spectrum. We used to even work with younger kids. I'm looking for somebody to work with younger kids now. We lost an amazing teacher that we had, but we used to work as young as, I guess, 5 or 6. But right now our sweet spot is typically the 10 to 22.
And now you have another program there called Code Breakers. What's that all about?
I'd love to share. Well, let me give you a little bit of background. First of all, Shenanigans, I am inspired by my grandson. My grandson moved in with me along with his mother, my daughter, back in 2006 after a divorce. It's kind of a common story with those autism grandparents. And so I've had the privilege of being able to be a major part of his life. And when I saw the challenges he was having, just socializing and being having friends and just kind of communicating in a way that that we would expect somebody to communicate with us, I decided to find something that would engage all of that performing sense that he loved. He was quite a ham. He scripted a lot and everything. And I found improv. So that's how I started Shenanigans. I took kind of a leap of luck, just a leap of faith there, and started Shenanigans. And as James matured, I saw that he was going to be soon leaving K-12 in a few years, and what then? It's kind of a cliff for social services. Things change, rules change from childhood to adulthood. How do we get him over that hump? So I decided that I started another program that dealt with real life. And so I started Code Breakers in 2012 and have an amazing teacher doing that, the same one that Lyric has on Thursdays. And he's absolutely amazing in helping develop our curriculum. And we deal with real life scenarios there. These are for motivated young adults who need low to no support, who are headed to post-secondary training or college and will be in the competitive workforce. And what we do is we use real life scenarios to work on topics of social communication. And right now we have 7 modules. And we deal with things like getting the job, keeping the job, flourishing on the workforce. We kind of target work, but basically it's for social relating all through life. And we work with dealing with difficult people, social negotiation, what else? Handling anxiety and frustration, especially on the job. Understanding the work environment and how to relate to the different layers of relationships you have at work, from your boss to your coworker to your customer, because each one requires a little bit different approach. You don't want to talk to your boss like you would your best friend, for example. Right. So we work in that kind of scenario, kind of letting them figure out, because we want them to kind of, come on this by themselves, and just kind of we guide them toward making the right decisions and the right responses to different contexts in their life. And so we just work with them and let them discover how to get along as an adult. Like I said, the rules change when you're a child. If you push somebody and you're a child, you may be, I don't know, distracted or led away or something. If you push somebody when you're an adult, you can get yourself in some pretty hot trouble. So we don't want that to happen. So we try to tell them that, this is what you did as a child. What we expect as an adult now is this. So let's figure out how to handle these anger and this frustration that you might endure, and how to be appropriate with it, so that you are an accepted part of society. And that's very important.
Sitting with me today, Sandy Bruce, the founder and executive director of Autism Improvised. When we get back, Sandy, I want to talk to you about another special program you've got going on called Bright Paths.
Okay.
Stay with me.
There is a reason that Atlanta Swim Academy is #1, with over 760 5-star Google reviews. We are the absolute leading swim school in the greater Atlanta area. We are Atlanta Swim Academy.
It can be hard to find a sitter you can trust, even more so if your child has special needs, autism, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome. As parents, we have to protect our children. My Special Sitter has you covered, in-home or on the go. When you need a sitter you can trust, respite is just a click away at myspecialsitter.org.
Welcome back to Life with the Spectrum. I'm your host, Gina Cavalli, and with me today, the lovely Sandy Bruce, founder and executive director of Autism Improvised. Now, I know, Sandy, you kind of started this whole program based out of the love for your grandson. And I'd love to learn a little bit more about another program you have there called Bright Paths.
Bright Paths started as a result of a couple of young females. Bright Paths is directed toward the young adult female. Basically high school, college, even we have an online program for female adults up to the age of 30-somethings. We saw that they had unique challenges while they're navigating their path to adulthood. They may be physically, they may be very mature. Emotionally, they may be naive. And so we have to address things and help them make again, decision making. It all comes down to making the right decisions so you safely navigate your path toward adulthood. How do you know if your friend is a true friend, or if your friend is trying to exploit you? What do you do if you get in an argument with your friend? Is that the end of the friendship, or can you kind of go over things and kind of teach them that things are not always black and white. And of course, with our people on the spectrum, it's very difficult for them to kind of see the gray a lot of the time. So what we do is we use role play, the improvised role play, and then we use a lot of discussion in both Code Breakers and Bright Paths. Bright Paths, of course, is targeted more toward the female, and we also allow the females in our classes to kind of determine what they want to talk about. So sometimes it may be appropriate makeup. We just kind of go where the flow takes us. But basically, it's learning how to deal with the different relationships again in your adult life, and to be able to find your place in the community and succeed and flourish. And that's the overriding thing for all of our programs, really.
And I think, too, since girls are typically diagnosed a little bit later, that they miss that early intervention they need. So it's nice to know that Bright Paths kind of touches on
Right.
things that are practical and useful in today's world.
And when a young woman with autism or autistic traits, we don't require a diagnosis. We take anybody who just has that element of the challenge of social communication and relating to others. And so, but where was I going with this? We have people come in with us who just lack the ability to make friends and keep friends, and we want them to kind of, again, learn how to associate and how to relate to others to improve that, that part of their lives too, because friendship is so important. Belonging is so important to our...
It is, and having that feeling and sense too, right? Sandy, I was looking on your website and I saw something really fun. It's called Beaten Path. It looked like a drum circle. What's that all about?
We do, and we're going to be doing more of it again. The pandemic kind of pulled the rug out from under us. We're still crawling back, but occasionally I like to throw these other things in because I think they're fun. And if I think they're fun, I'm thinking other people will probably think they're fun too. And I know about, 12, 14 years ago, I had Dave Holland's Beaten Path come in and do a drum circle for us back in our early days, and people loved it. So I thought, well, it was so much fun, and I kind of forgot about him a little bit over the years, but then I ran across him again. I thought, I want to do a drum circle again, because I don't know if you've ever been in one, but...
Oh, yeah, I have. They're great.
It really is. I mean, you can't help but leave feeling good and smiling and just enjoying life, So it was a rainy Saturday. And I thought, oh, great, we're not going to see a whole lot of people coming in today. But we filled all of our chairs, and everybody had a great time. And I'll probably be doing something like that again. I know I've a couple other events kind of in the hopper that I'm thinking about, too. But, basically, I like to... we use improv, of course. That's a theater art, but I like to bring in all these different kinds of performative things that we can kind of expose our young folks to. And when I create these events, they're open to the public typically, and we have wonderful host locations who are very generous with their time and space with us, because we don't have our own place, and we never have, and we meet in host spaces, places that welcome us, and that way it allows us to go to different areas of town and different neighborhoods, and kind of instead of parents constantly having to commute across town to come to our programs, hopefully we'll have something a little nearer to them that they can join us.
So, Sandy, I know your organization, and every organization, looks for money. How do you get that? Do you do fundraisers, galas?
Well, this is kind of the interesting thing. Now, we are a nonprofit. We've been a nonprofit since 2015. We're still a very, very tiny, I call it a micro nonprofit. It still basically is me on the operations and admin part, and then I have a team of teachers. And so I have not been real good at the fundraising. So we are going to get better at that. I promised myself in 2024 I'm starting to investigate the grant writing and doing more fundraising and stuff. And so you'll see more of that coming along. We definitely have a donate page on our website, and if you want to find out more of our goings on, week to week and month to month, you can go to our website, autismimprovised.org, and you can sign up and subscribe to our emails, and that way you kind of keep up on what's going on in our class schedules. And right now we have classes, and right now it's Roswell. I'm trying to think. Roswell, a new class incoming, a new class in town, and the East Cobb class. At one time. Yeah, and one time we had a presence down around Peachtree City. We've been over in Decatur. We've been, Smyrna, all around. We're going to get back to that again. Like I said, the pandemic kind of shut.
Lyric loves this class, and it allows him to think on his feet. And like you said, I mean, on your website, life doesn't come with a script. So thinking on his feet and thinking
Right.
I can't say the word, Sandy, improvisationally, I mean, really helps.
It is. It is.
And Lyric made friends the last class he was in. And in fact, one of the little girls, I want to ship them. I want to wish them into a relationship.
Well, improv is very therapeutic, and it differs from scripted theater in that we don't have a script. When we walk out the door every morning, we don't know what the day's going to bring us. So, nobody hands you a script and mom says, here, go to school, here's your script for the day. So we want to teach our kids and our adults and everything how to roll with the punches. Whatever life throws at you, you can have the ability to trust that you can be able to respond in a way that's going to be helpful to you. So that's again, my overriding thing is the self-confidence you have to be able to just flourish in community life. And I will say getting back to code breakers a little bit, one of my big reasons for code breakers is the statistics on unemployment for people on the autism spectrum, even people with degrees, is, gosh, depending on who you look at, 85-90% unemployment. And I've been talking, yes, it really is. And I talk with adults on the spectrum to kind of find out why, what are your difficulties on the job. And a lot of it comes down to anxiety from situations where they don't quite get what's going on, or they don't quite know what the expectations are. Anxiety of just, relating with everybody. So it comes down to what Code Breakers addresses.
Sandy, we would be remiss if we didn't ask, how is your grandson doing? How old is he? What is he doing now?
He is 29, just turned 20.
Woo!
I know. I've got two generations of grandchildren, 29 and in elementary age, elementary age.
And what's he doing? Is he working?
He is working. He's worked now, gosh, approaching 2 years now. He works at a pizzeria where he actually gets hands-on with the food and the preparation and everything, and a little bit of customer interaction now. And the best thing is he doesn't drive. He can walk to and from work.
Excellent.
It's 5 miles a day, and he loves it.
Wow. Thank you so much for being on the show, Sandy, to go over all of the programs with Autism Improvised, from the shenanigans to the code breakers and bright paths, and even the beaten path. That drum circle sounds so much fun. Thank you so much again for being on the show, Sandy.
Well, thank you so much, Gina. I really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
I can honestly say Lyric's favorite day of the week is going to shenanigans. And I know it's for 12 to 15, 12 to 17-year-olds. Make sure, if you're interested in their spring classes, there's room. You can sign up now at autismimprovised.org. And, of course, don't forget the code breakers and then bright paths for young ladies. And that beaten path drum circle sounds fun, too. All at autismimprovised.org. Thanks again for checking out Life with the Spectrum. As we continue this crazy journey called life, I want to know who's making big moves in the world of autism or disabilities where you live. You can like, comment, share below. Most of all, subscribe to the channel. And remember, you can always reach out to my website, gcast.com. That's GKASTS.com. Thank you again for checking out Life with the Spectrum. See ya.
Bye.